Hello. Today I'm going to give a quick overview of how I do shipping in this method of organizing and lane switching. I will bring on some off-lane shipments to my on-lane destinations and basically spam a bunch of drones in some strategic locations, switch lanes once, bring some more off-lane shipments back to on-lanes in that process, and then launch some more drones. Uh, Overall, the process is pretty quick. It does require a few things. It does burn quite a bit of hydro, uh, and I'll put a summary of that in the video description, how many drones are launched, as well as it requires launching some more drones uh, about 12 hours apart, not really thinking through it, just again, randomly launching them just to make sure your planets don't tap overnight. The thinking behind this is that when you launch drones without sorting and your system's near full, they're actually not that inefficient. Definitely not as efficient as sorting, but a lot of your planets will have a decent number of shipments headed for various destinations. And so the real inefficiency of launching drones in this chaos method really kicks in once your system starts to empty of shipments and there's less and less shipments on each of your respective destinations. So I'll kick this off and I'll narrate as I go through. This is my system. I will first cycle through 5 of my destinations that are off lane. I will grab the on lane destination shipments. I'll use the quick fill button using uh, shipments that are already loaded in the TS. And I send them all to, in my setup, I send them all to my Water 1 planet. So I'll start dumping these here. I take the ones that are not to that group of 5 destinations that are currently on lane that I will later switch to being off lane. I have that in this case designated as A prefix. So all the planets labeled with A prefix will later become off lane planets that I'll switch over. I'm dumping all those A prefix destination shipments on the planet itself and moving all the others to the moon. Z prefix are the destinations that were currently offline, so I'm storing those for later on the moon TS. So I've dumped all that I can onto the moon, or sorry, the water planet. I have all the Z shipments or offlane shipments in my TS on the moon. I start the first salvo of drones. I cycle through where I launch drones from, just reach those far-ended destinations. Those tend to receive less love from the drone. Drone seems to route and prioritize shipments based off of proximity and lane hops, and less so based off of quantity and value of shipments. So to take advantage of that, I launch drones from the far ends of the system. Doing a little minor setup there while I'm waiting for drones to finish. So I've dumped the Z destination planet or Z destination shipments onto the planet now because there's space. And I'm now moving each of my TS to the A destination planets that are currently on lane. They'll arrive there and I'll pull the off lane Z destination planet shipments into my TS and I'll take those back to the starter water. So I'm currently taking drones. I'm currently launching drones still uh, to try to get my shipment count on these planets around to the size of my TS capacity, which is 40. So ideally, for these 5 planets I'm about to switch off lane, I will grab everything that's remaining on them so that they are empty. Because these will now be off lane until I revisit my shipping in 24 hours. So I want them to be completely empty so that they don't overfill. So I'm sending all those back to the starter water, launch one more drone there to grab a few more. I'll probably end up relaying a couple that are left there. So I'm unloading and reloading the Z shipment. Those are the destinations that are currently off lane. I'm doing this because I'm trying to filter out the other shipments that I'm going to dump on the moon. Again, the moon's housing all the shipments that aren't a part of the lane switch. I'm toggling my miners to keep going. So I've taken off all the permanently on lane shipments and put those on the moon, turning off the lanes. I'm switching the warp lane hubs that are previously at the A destination planets to the Z destination planets, or trade stations in this case. A couple more here. Me being a little OCD and placing my warp lanes. I just relink warp lanes, all of them, even though it wastes hydro, just because it's faster. And I usually have the hydro to spare. And I just launch a bunch of drones at the water planet until they've nearly at least gotten over halfway through um, the shipment there, just so that that planet won't overfill when I revisit in 12 hours. And what I do in those 12 hours is I will just launch those drones at the far end destination TS just to keep things from overfilling until I can get to the 24-hour mark again and restart this process. Oftentimes, I will do that uh, when I'm waiting in queue for DRS or I'm doing a blue star. I don't really think about it. I just launch. I don't worry about it, and it keeps things from filling up until I come back to another shipping session. Overall runtime of that session was about 5 minutes 37 seconds. Um, So it's a quick and easy way to do shipments without having to use relay. It is a bit hydro expensive, but it's fast uh, and it gets you max bonus. Thanks for being here, and hopefully that helps you.